Okay, so now that we're done practicing, what we're going to do now is we're going to go back to reading. So now we do care about comprehension. When we were practicing, we didn't care about it. We were just doing a hand-eye coordination drill. Now we're going to be reading, so we do care about our comprehension. What I want you to do is take something different that you haven't read yet, so we don't want to do the material we just did while we were practicing. Take something new. It could be a new article, part of a novel, new chapter. If you don't have something to read, you can go to irisreading.com/article2.pdf and you can print that out. What we're going to do is we're going to be reading. I'm going to time you for 1 minute, and the only thing I want you to do differently now is I want you to use your hand while you're reading. So this means you can use your finger or you can use your whole hand, but you have to be going left to right, guiding your eyes as you read. Now, I don't want you to go really, really fast. When you were practicing, you were going really, really fast with your hand. Slow it down. Don't go too slow and don't go too fast. Go at a speed that feels comfortable to you so that you can understand the material as you're reading. But you have to make sure you're reading and using your hand as you read. Okay, let's go ahead and read. Ready, set, go. And stop. Draw a line wherever you stopped, and let's count the number of lines that you just read. And after you've done that, multiply the number of lines you read by the average number of words per line. Okay, if you don't know the average number of words per line, you can take 3 lines, count up all the words, divide by 3, or if you want to be completely precise, you can count each and every single word that you just read. After you've done that, you'll have a words per minute score, and usually at this point, after doing a number of practice drills that we did in the previous webinar in this series, most people make their first improvement at this point. If you made your first improvement, great. Part of the reason why that improvement was made, first of all, the practicing definitely helps. When you get used to seeing words at a quicker pace, it becomes a little more manageable to read that way. It's kind of like when you're driving a car. When you're going on the highway and you're driving, say, 70, 80 miles an hour, how does it feel when you get off on an exit ramp, that first street that you drive on? It probably feels really, really slow. And this is part of what is at work here. What we're trying to do is get you used to seeing words at a very, very quick pace, say 500, 600, 700 words a minute, so that when we slow down to 3, 4, or 500 words a minute, it doesn't feel as fast anymore. The other thing that you should always be doing from here on out, you should always be using your hand to read. This is tremendously helpful anytime you want to concentrate better, because whenever you're using your hand, you're pointing to something. And when you're pointing to something, you're calling attention to it. This also helps with regression. When you're using your hand, you don't go back as much because you're concentrating a little better. And the other nice thing about using your hand is you can change up your speed. Just like when you're driving a car, you don't always go at the same speed. Sometimes you slow down when you're making turns, and sometimes you go really, really fast if there's just a straight road. So very good if you made your first improvement today. Great.